Okay. Let's say we have the following three vectors. Okay. So what we want to do in this video, we'll try to find an orthonormal basis in R3 using Schmidt. Okay? So using maybe Schmidt. Okay. So basically, how do you proceed with Schmidt? First, you will take your first vector and you will divide it by its length. That will be your first basis. Okay, so let's call it B1. Then, to find your second basis, you will find some vector, let's call it U2, which will be given by A2 minus the dot product of A2 times A2 and B1 times B1. Okay, so basically you take your vector A2 and you subtract the projection of A2 onto the first basis. Okay, so you are sure to get the vector that has no projection on B1 and thus it is orthogonal to it. Okay, and then to find B2 you divide U2 by its length. Okay, to find B3 you will find the vector U3 should be given by A3 minus the dot product of A3 and B1 times B1. We multiply the dot product by B1 to give a direction, okay? Because here we use vectors. Remember that the dot product returns a scalar, not a vector, okay? And then we will also subtract the dot product of A3 with B2 times B2. And you can continue to do that with, if you had a fourth vector, okay, you will always subtract the projection onto the other basis, okay? So here we have the following vectors. So let's do that. So our first basis will just be given by A1 over its length. So that will just be 1 over square root of 2 times negative 1, 1. Let's maybe put the square root in the vector because we will have to use the dot product with the vectors, so it will maybe be easier to put all in the vector. Okay. Now let's find U2. So it will be A2, which is 1, negative 2, 1, minus the dot product of A2, so minus a2 dot b1. Okay. Times b1. I hope I can write it here. Okay. So we will get what do we get here? We get minus 3 over square root of 2. Okay. Times our unit vector b1. And so we will get plus 3 over 4, 3 over 4 and 0. Okay. And so we should get that u2 is equal to 7 over 4. No, I forgot that there is a minus 1. So we should get 1 over 2, I think. Oh, negative 1 over 2. Negative 1 over 2 and 1. Sorry. It should be correct now. So we get b2 is equal to, you divide by its length, you should get the following. Okay. Now let's find u3, which will be a3, 101 minus the dot product of a3, 10 times b1, which is times b1 minus the dot product of a3 times b2 . Okay, times okay, I think this should be correct. And so if you do the calculation, you should get that u3 is equal to 2 over 3, 2 over 3, and 2 over 3. Okay? And so B3 is u3 over its length. And you should get 1 over square root of 3, 1 over square root of 3, and 1 over square root of 3. Okay? So we found our three bases. And yeah, that's how you do. So yeah, nothing really crazy. I just used for every new basis, you just first find the vector. You take the given column vector and you subtract the projection of this column vector that this column vector has on the other basis vector, and then you divide by its length to get the unit vector. And so yeah, so thanks for watching.